Hey everybody, thanks for checking out the video. This is Bud Eyes on Thelanis. I wanted to demo my Warlock build. I don't go into my trees this video. They're pretty standard, 41 points, Tainted Scholar. And then I actually went up into the tier 5 of Soul Eater to pick up the wave and then the active spell points, the passive spell points. I don't think there's anything revolutionary or exciting about where I put my action points. So Dragonborn, obviously. I had the racial AP, so I went up and grabbed the extra max caster level to Electric and Sonic. What you'll see in this video is me really testing out Strike a Chord. I am on R1 in the Tar Pits quest in Dino Land. You're going to observe my mantle proccing primarily on Strike a Chord and only doing sonic damage because the 3 elements of the primal mantle are tied to the elemental or the damage type of a spell cast. So unfortunately, Strike a Chord can only proc the sonic damage from primal mantle, and there's a cooldown on the primal mantle. I think it's 5 or 6 seconds. What that means for my damage output is it's kind of low. The mantle kind of sucks. Of note about this particular mantle, the primal mantles, they appear to be based off of caster level, or not caster level. Level of character level. So just to be clear, primal mantle appears to be doing damage based off of character level, which is really nice because the recent update nerf thing really put the kibosh on a lot of the mantles functioning, or at least the ones that I cared about previously. So it's nice to know that Primal Mantle isn't capped at 20 dice or 26 dice, like Magus, for example. If Magus was based off of character level, it would actually feel like a nice mantle. It would feel playable, frankly. You're gonna notice I get little sonic damage numbers throughout the video, in the low hundreds, and that is from the sounding buff, which I achieved through wearing the fiddle from Dryad, and that goes in my offhand. So in place of an orb or something else, I have this little buff where every spellcast is supposed to do sonic damage. It kind of looks like there's a tiny cooldown. Maybe there's like a 1 second or 2 second cooldown on it. Not sure about that. But, you see some decent numbers. 460. I think I saw 700 in the video somewhere. And, yeah, there's a 600 on a Reaper. That feels good. But that's just, it's 500, 600 points of damage. And this is R1 level 32 content. That doesn't that doesn't make a build by itself, right? Of note, the gear that this character is wearing is not optimal at all. I'm missing an artifact. I don't even have an artifact on. So I'm not pushed as far as stats go. In fact, I'm less than even pushed. I don't know what you'd call it. I have gear that is minimum level requirement 32 on. I think that's about as far as it goes. My crit multi, which I think I post later in the video, is 125 for Sonic. So I plausibly can get another 35 just from putting on a Dino artifact. That's another 35 to crit multi for a total of 160. I think there's another 15 I can find somewhere. So, I mean, possibly an extra 50 to my crit multi. If the base damage, I think like you're seeing in this video, is between like 4 and 6,000. What's like a point 0.75 of that. I mean, we're talking best case scenario, right? So best case scenario, like 3,000 more damage on a crit. So let's even go higher. Let's say 4,000 more damage on a crit. I mean, and then I'm barely breaking 20k post-stacking vulnerability. Like, I don't know how much damage I'm supposed to be doing, frankly. Is 20,000 damage high enough to make a build around? Is that enough for a damage-based warlock that is really and truly sacrificing a lot of spell DCs? It's kind of not great, I'm guessing. Because clearly anything that's more focused, like a Sorc, like an Alchemist, like a Druid, as a damage caster, I mean, they got bigger numbers, frankly. And there's no way to reach that level with this build. And I think that's fine. Not all builds have to hit the exact same numbers for things to be good or fine. But I think it's a good idea to know what you're looking for, or know what your expectations should be and what they shouldn't be. So when I started out this build, I didn't really plan for the Warlock to be, you know, a turbo face melter. But I think I was hoping to get closer to that 20k every 2-second number. I think that was kind of the benchmark I was hoping for. And I clearly did not find that with this build. And I don't think that that's a reasonable expectation for this build, even after fixing a lot of gear. So I hope by showing you all these numbers that it can give you a better expectation of what Epic Strike damage is, based off of caster level, based off of character level, how much damage you should hope to see based off of your numbers, because it's kind of hard info to find. I mean, frankly, you know, even when people are clear about it, the necessary paragraphs before and after the details are a little bit hard to parse. And so I just hope that after watching this video, you have a little bit clearer of an expectation of what you can do with Strike a Chord, and what you should push it to do, and what you probably can't push it to do. So here I show you my numbers. Yep, Sonic only 917. Crit multi 125. Go way higher. I'm gonna pull off my weapon and show you my filigrees, just to give you an idea of how much more
I look forward to working with you in the future.
You could stack on top of what's going on so far. So as you can see, Frozen Wanderer does nothing for the build at all. I think I get 1 point of charisma there. There's, you know, their 3-piece set for plus 50 Sonic spell power. I mean, it's something. I don't know how much it's going to change the feeling of middle of the road damage. That is what this build provided me. I definitely don't feel that I don't belong in raids, even R1s. I think R1 raids I do fine damage. It's meaningful. It's a contribution. I just definitely, I'll just keep repeating myself. Sorry for that, but I feel strongly that this is not a push build, and this build is not optimal in any way. I just want you to see how Strike a Chord works, what the damage numbers actually look like, and hopefully between the combat log and me rambling, there's some level of setting your expectations that you can glean from watching this video. I think it's important to point out as well that a first life character, or maybe a character with only a few meaningful past lives, could very reasonably achieve higher numbers than I have on this video with just a full set of gear that makes sense. Just filling up your filigrees and making them matter you can have impactful DCs on a first life character and still reasonably follow this method for spell damage. And I think that's a big part of why I went through my items, as I wanted you to know that this is not out of the reach of a really brand new character. Doing these kind of numbers, this kind of a build, that's very comfortable to play. In particular, you should look at my spell points. They haven't moved this whole quest. That's because this build doesn't rely on spending spell points to go through, you know, softer in-game quests. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hopefully this was useful to somebody. And it looks like my recording is going to keep going. Let me know in the comments if I should make some more DDO videos. Alright, thanks. Bye.